Alright, welcome to this session, creating lessons for the VLE. First things first, the objectives. After watching this video and practicing, you should be able to make effective preparation to build your own lessons, add content pages to your lesson activity. You should also be able to add question pages, should be able to use jumps to link your pages, and finally you should be able to link your lesson activities to other activities on your course. Like if a child hasn't looked through the lesson, it won't be able to take the quiz or the assignment or any other activity that you have attached. So what is it about creating lessons? Creating lessons, it's just like creating your normal lessons, teaching normal lessons in your class. When you're teaching physically in class, you would have to plan your lesson. So creating lessons, you also have to plan the lesson you want to create. Because if you have to teach a physical lesson in class, you need a lesson plan, you need your notes of lesson, your resources, and you need activities that you would use to make your learning engaging. So the same thing you have to do if you're creating lessons for the VLE. And then you would also have to determine the flow of the lesson, all things being equal. So what is it that you're expected to do? You should ask. 1, you're expected to make a rough sketch of what your lesson should look like. Something like the flow of the lesson. That's what will tell what page you're starting from, what page you need to go on to, and what comes before what. Okay, something like this. This is my own flow plan. So in this lesson, for my lesson, I'm going to be having the lesson objectives on my first page. On my next page, I'll have this, what are rocks, and then after that, my next page will have the types of rocks with their diagrams. I'm going to break that into 3: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. But between sedimentary and metamorphic rocks, I would like to have 3 questions to check if the students are actually going through the lesson and then they are following. Okay, so I'll put questions in such a way that if they don't get the questions right, they can take the question again and again until they get it right before they're able to move to the next subtopic. Okay, so after metamorphic rock, I'll be dealing with weathering of rocks, and when I'm done with metamorphic rocks and weathering of rocks, I'll give again 3 questions, maybe 2, maybe 1. It depends on what you want as the teacher. Just have a clear plan for your lesson and then a flow of that lesson. So when I'm done with the last 3 questions to check understanding, I'll give the next subtopic, which is the rock cycle, and then a summary page. Okay, so that's how this should flow. And then when you're done creating your flow, that tells you what resources you'll be needing. For an example, from here, I now know that gathering my resources, I'll need a lesson note, I'll need some images, I probably will need a video to show how weathering of rocks happen, and then everything I need, I gather them. Then I think about the activity. How many questions do I want to do? Would it be matching question? Would it be multiple choice? And so on. Do I need a starter question like to test previous knowledge? And then finally, I'll create links.